David, thanks for your time. It's obviously a happy place, I'm sure, since Saturday, but just give us a sense of the mood and what it's been like since Saturday. As much as I know full well you want to turn the focus back to Sheffield and what's ahead of you now.
Yeah, of course. It's an environment which is super enjoyable to be at the minute. But to be fair, we built this, especially the players have done this over recent months. And obviously the Saturday, this game, the performance, the result against the league leader, against your biggest rival, keep a clean sheet against a team which scored the most goals of the league. There were so many positives, deserved win as well. A lot of passion and aggression and intensity which we wanted to deliver. So everything was there, and obviously this then accelerated even the positive mood which we already had. But the truth is as well, from yesterday morning onwards, we looked forward to what we will face tomorrow, especially today. In training, we put then every focus on Wednesday, Sheffield Wednesday, which is a big task for us to ask. And obviously, this is then now the quality which we like to show, that we in quick turnarounds when the games come thick and fast, be able to be focused immediately on the next one. And we said this more often, we like to make ourselves independent from the opponent which we face, and a great opportunity for us to show this tomorrow night.
When you talk about the quick turnaround, how much of a challenge is that for you, your coaches, your fitness and sports science people, to do much more than recovery between Saturday and not just any game but the game in this part of the world, and obviously Tuesday night you've got the travel to factor in as well? How much of a challenge is that?
This is a challenge for everyone, but for us it's a very big one. I think you've seen our team sheet in the last weeks. We have a very, very small squad. We are still missing a lot of players. In the winter window, the decision was made that we have to go with a very small squad into the rest of the season, and now we deal with the situation, and how the players dealt with it so far is outstanding. But it means, obviously, it makes it a little bit more difficult for the ones who have the challenges which we have. We take them, we accept them, and we try everything to make sure everyone is as fresh as possible and stays healthy tomorrow.
And on that freshness point, is it more when you've come off a game like Saturday and the emotion, nervous energy you expend as a group of players, is it almost more the mental and the physical aspect of that to try and to sort of deal with going into Tuesday night?
No, it's at the end of the day, listen, it's for everyone, it's a long season so far. We face match day 42 on Tuesday. We had, I think, 6 games in all cup competitions as well, which every single one loved. And this is the one side. Obviously, then as closer you come to an end, if you hopefully play for something, and luckily we do, the games start to even get bigger from the outside. But at the end of the day, it's the same important 3 points then on match day 3. But it is that there are not so many games left and not so many points left where you can collect something. And this means we have to make sure that we get the balance right, that we recover well, prepare well, make sure we get the freshness into the legs if we can. And obviously we are quite limited, as we said, to maybe get the one or other fresh body in as well. But the good thing is, on one side, we are used to it because it's now quite the end of the season, and we have enough experience in our dressing room as well.
So, I mean, is it without obviously clearly pushing you on your 11 for Tuesday, but is it in your mind that you feel you need to freshen one or two up? Not from a performance point of view, but maybe more the physical performance?
Yeah, there is a chance for sure. And for sure, if it happens, not because of performances, but I think, and this is the truth, that everyone at this stage of the season is in the mood to know, okay, come on, maybe I rest in this game, but I will play in the next one. And if this happens, it at least keeps the energy level of the starting 11 on the highest possible level, which is at this moment of the season crucial. And for this, it's so great if you have a full squad available or a big squad where you can choose from. And this is exactly what you like to do if you can do.
Talking of available options, how we, in terms of the group who were involved Saturday, come through that, no problem, no issues then?
Yeah, we will have the same matchday squad available for tomorrow night. There one or other is close. Johnny Rowe made his first team training today. We will see how his week will continue. So obviously, because we are away, he will train with the under 21 now the rest or the next couple of days, as long as we are aware. It looks like that Lungi can be back next week, maybe middle or end of next week. So Grant is not too far after Lungi, the possibility. So there is the one or other, hopefully close to come back to the matchday squad.
With John Rowe, I mean, would it be just a case of how he deals with team training the rest of the week with Preston in mind, or is that already probably too soon for him?
It's too soon to give you a serious answer. I think we have to wait how he looks till after Friday's training, matchday -1, if it makes sense, or if we say, come on, let's give him a further week, and then at the latest against Bristol, he should be in the squad if everything goes to plan.
Yeah, and it goes without saying with that sort of getting into the season he's had, but that is a boost that you've got a player with that intensity and that sort of cutting edge in the final third that you can at this stage of the season where the games are so crucial, the points are so crucial, you can add him to the mix at the right time.
Yeah, this was always the plan. So he worked very hard. Credit to him in his rehab and the medical and fitness department as well. They've done a great job to bring him back to team training today. Quicker as we thought, but we have to make sure that he stays healthy. And then obviously it's always something different, work with the fitness guys rather than to have team training or play football. So whenever he will be back, we should not expect that he is exactly on the level which he was before. But there are important games, important weeks in front of us, and it's super important to have, as I said, players available. And this is exactly what we hopefully will have in the next weeks more.
I don't particularly want to dwell on it, but just one final point, because you talked this sort of time last season about going into the summer window, you wanted to add mentality. You used that word quite a lot towards the end of the season. You felt maybe that was something, looking at the current squad you had, you needed to add to. And then after Saturday's game, you talked about Danny Bart, particularly the professionalism that he showed. And obviously, he wasn't one who came in the summer, came in January, but maybe another one of that in terms of the mentality. Is it for those type of games on Saturday, and also the type of situation you're in now? You know, this stage of the season, every result feels like a lurch in emotions. Is that what you were looking for when you were talking about mentality?
This is one example, but I think for me personally, we had a few examples in this week, how this group, this dressing room dealt with the situation where we had an unbelievable injury crisis. I think we had in the period where we had Barnsley, Josh Sargent, Gibson, our goalkeeper Gunny, Johnny Rowe, Onel Hernandez, more or less injured at the same time. Lungi and Grant, more or less anyway the whole time. So this is nearly 3/4 of a starting 11, which was out for a very long period. And how this dressing room dealt with this very difficult situation. Then obviously we conceded some setbacks in terms of results, even now in this period where we had good results. Obviously we had the setback, I said this, against Leeds, where we played okay but lost, immediately bounced back. Borough very, very hurt us, bounced back. Leicester, poor performance. I think the one real poor performance where we didn't hit our level, and 5 days later they've shown what they've shown against Ipswich at home. So this is a group which is super tied together, who who takes challenges on board and who likes to show what they are capable of. This doesn't automatically mean you will win every football match, but it means you can have honest conversations with them, and that they like to do and show that they can be better than in recent moments. And I think, the reward which they've got, you can see in recent months in terms of result and in terms of the general atmosphere which we had on Saturday, which was one of the best occasions I ever was been involved. To be fair, this was just on another planet. What I experienced on Saturday, and hopefully we can continue to have moments like Saturday's moments now in the next weeks, a few more.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really, because you talked obviously about the crowd atmosphere after the game, but 2 or 3 days on, you really rate it as highly. Is that in your entire career what you experienced at Carrow on Saturday? Yeah,
and this was outstanding, and it was not because of the away supporters. To be fair, this was not the reason, and this is why what excites me to look forward, because they were more or less the same people in the stadium who will be in the stadium when we face Bristol the next game at home. So come on, if it's because of your team which plays there, and is it because we like to achieve something, come on, let's produce it again. You have seen what kind of a strong influence it has on your team, which you love with everything what you have. Makes absolutely sense then to produce this again. So now we have 2 very, very important away games where we know we have to collect points and wins as well till the end of the season away from home if we like to reach our target. I think this will be the case, and first opportunity tomorrow.
Yeah, and on that tomorrow, Sheffield, a team in the bottom 3, but they're obviously picking up some decent results. So I'm just interested in, you go from, as you have done recently, Leicester and Ipswich, top of the table type teams, to a team as they are scrapping for survival at the bottom. Is the mentality shift more challenging? Is that more difficult to prepare for? Because they're going to fight for everything.
I know where you come from, and to be fair, I'm super confident about tomorrow, and the reason is Sunday morning I went into the canteen for breakfast, and I've spoken with 2 senior pros and independent from each other, and everybody said, was great, loved it, but now on Tuesday we have to back this up to make this victory really count against Ipswich, and this was exactly the mindset which I expect from us. I have, but to hear this from my players, okay, maybe they said it because I'm the manager and I wanted to say this, but this gives me, at least the emotion that I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
And as always, I know it's about you and your team tomorrow night, but just interested in your thoughts on Danny Röhl. He's quite a young man in coaching terms, but obviously he was involved with Flick, wasn't he, with Bayern and the German national team. Were you aware of him, of his journey? How do you assess the job he's doing? It's a very difficult challenge at a big club he's took on.
Yeah, I know him. I met him once as well in a hotel for coffee a few years ago. Obviously, we were in touch in the winter window as well. He was interested in one or other player of us as well, where he wanted to have my opinion on. And obviously we speak about English football, not consistently, but we've done this in the past. So I think what he has done in Sheffield is remarkable. Everybody who judged them on the league table at the minute, I think, does a major mistake, because if you take out the first, I don't know, after 10, 15 games when he came, and you see then the points which they collected, this is a mid-table team, and it's not only the points, they play like a mid-table team as well. So they have everything. They have physicality, they have speed, they are aggressive, play decent football, to be fair, as well. And obviously he comes from this Red Bull cosmos. They play a certain style, and this is exactly the style which they like to do as well, with a lot of intensity, with a lot of pressure, counter pressure situations, and this is something which we will face. But the truth is as well, we know everything what we have to know, and we are prepared, and we like to play football on our highest level.
Thanks, David. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. Andy? Yeah, hi David. Just a quick couple. So after the Ipswich game, I just wondered, how did you celebrate? Did you have a beer? Did you have a quiet night in? I just wondered what your evening looked like.
No, we sat a couple of hours in the manager office. I've spoken about the game as well. Then I went home. A friend of mine from Germany is here. We went out for a beer, but I was back quite early. I think 9:30 in the evening. I was back at home and prepared Sunday morning, where we were in for training again. So, but I was really able to enjoy the evening. Trust me, even if I didn't drink 400 beers like maybe the one or other.
Brilliant, thank you. And just one more. So Hillsborough, very iconic stadium, amazing fans they've got there. You remember the Peterborough game last year? They were 4-0 down and came back, and that was a lot to do with the fans there. How much are you going to need your travelling fans to match what Sheffield Wednesday fans are going to bring?
Yeah, they will play as always a big part. So I hear that we will close to sold out. So 2,000 I heard will follow. So big credit before even the final whistle to them, and hopefully we are able to give them something to cheer about and to make some noise. This is our aim. So Hillsborough is something very traditional, even for us Germans. Everybody is aware about this place. Obviously, I have my own history, because I played my first English game in football against Sheffield Wednesday, and a very exciting one with the playoff semi-final rematch as well. So I have good memories on Hillsborough. So the aim is to put one further into this history.
Excellent. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.